I'm just waking up. It is 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 a.m. She wanted her brother voice on my lips, so she said, listen to him. But she knows I sound like myself since I was an adult before. From here on out, the people, fuck you! From here on out, this is telepathy. Now my voice, if we crazy. She said there and this is her brother, Kataj. Yes, it is now. 41 seconds has elapsed in the recording. And I'm going to turn up the TV so audio can pick up why Jay-Z needs to rely on LeBron. My arm just shook. Now, this man has a school. Be crazy. Said that's Beyonce Noel.
Close to a deal, but then he may say, days later, that a deal could be days, if not weeks out, and that there's still some other issues to resolve. I'm actually looking at Hardline.
So she ran back to the TV.
Time where the revenge was vain for deal making or war making with America. In the wagons. This is a regime that's shortly is fractured, that is weak, but what's left of it is this deep state, and that deep state remains cohesive, and they seem like they're more intent on fighting than talking, or at the very least are content with fighting and talking.
All right, Ben and Talibu, we appreciate your time today, as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
So there's a lot of media when he went to open the school.
Today, the Senate is kicking off an hours-long voting marathon. They're debating the reconciliation package that includes funding for ICE and Border Patrol. You might remember that was derailed last month over concerns about President Trump's anti-weaponization fund. Then the acting attorney general said the administration would move forward with the fund.
So here's
now the president said those charged in the January 6th attack on the Capitol should still be reimbursed. ABC Jay O'Brien's on Capitol Hill with more. So there's sort of two issues overlapping here. What's the latest on this fund?
We do expect, Diane, that there will be amendments brought up in this voting marathon.
So in this recording, you're probably going to start to have audio picked up of sound of LeBron James talking via my lips. Voice recognition. Yes, it is. How do you know that? I don't trust Cash Patel, Ketanji Brown Jackson. Just an FYI. Oh, shit. What? We ain't cracking. Back answer. Which one is this? She said there and this. So it's like place LeBron. So I'm going back to storytelling. It's like place LeBron in the situation where he has to play too as a superhero. Now what you gonna do now that you know the truth? If this is Beyonce.
This week, and in a public house hearing, say that the fund is dead. Last month, Peter with Senate Republicans, a number of whom privately were very concerned about this fund. We've learned from sources that some of them were staunch Trump allies who said to Blanche in this behind closed doors meeting that they think this fund is a political mistake. And some even went so far as to say they believe it could cost them the Senate in the November midterms. And so because Blanche has had to own this issue, we have heard some concerns from Senate Republicans about his overall ability to be confirmed as Attorney General. So expect this issue to hang over him even after there is this amendment fight today on whether or not.
How do you know that? Just sit there and
expect this fund to hang over Blanche's confirmation battle here at Capitol Hill.
She
Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
Who do you think we are? Just sit there and
Severe storms are
Damn,
in
we are
the
quick.
United
I'm
States.
preparing this. My wife is not
Forecasters
retarded.
are
I'm
watching
knowing this.
hail and damaging winds from Nebraska
That
and
is
Minnesota.
Jay-Z
Meanwhile, millions of people on the
Camilla
East Coast are
Harris.
getting an early blast of summer. Meteorologist Ken Dweck is here with more on all that. Hi, Ken. What do you have your eye on today?
Hey, Diane. Well, let's take a look at these temperatures today. The highs, and in the background, you can see if it's above average or below average for where you live here in America. You can see in the west, above average, about 108 there. In Phoenix, 107 in Las Vegas. But
more than
88
likely
today in
gonna run
Chicago,
to Katanji and say, no, make it about Jay-Z and Camilla Cabello.
for places like Memphis and Nashville, it's in about the middle 80s. So even though it's similar temperatures, it's actually fairly normal there for places like Nashville and
So
Memphis. And that's where
turn
Nashville's
to the
going to.
news, and let us say here at 10
On
a.m.
households, they're
I don't
spending
think I've
more every
recorded
day
in this entire
because
month
of the economic policies
including
of the
May.
administration.
anything pertaining
As
to
if
the
the
news around
$1,700 to cover the tariffs wasn't
weather
enough, estimates are now showing that
10
the war in
a.m.
Iran has already cost
Just an
households over
FYI.
$750. And while an extra $200 in gas costs might not be a lot for some folks in the administration, it sure
But we
is for a lot of
went
working
crazy.
families.
She said,
I'm sure we're
back
gonna hear that
answer.
there are many
Do you
attempts to
think we
save
dumped her? She
the
said
economy
it.
by touting the
I'm gonna
refunds.
go
Those
back to
refunds
this ABC News
Severe
Live.
weather today. It's really going to be for parts of Montana, Miles City, down to Rapid City, South Dakota, and Watertown as well, down to Valentine, Nebraska.
Strong
Damaging
storms
winds, large hail,
are
isolated tornado possible. Tomorrow, those same
Minneapolis
threats go
and
this time from Kearney, Nebraska to Omaha,
all
through Des
above
Moines, and to La
where
Crosse,
I live.
Wisconsin as well.
That's it.
And once we head into Saturday, it's the same thing, but it's at a much different location. The system's finally on the move after staying over the plains all week. It's Toledo, Ohio, down to Akron, and even through Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, up to Erie, Pennsylvania as well, where we could see that damaging wind, especially, and some large hail with that. This is going to be on Saturday. Some of that, not severe weather, but some of that, those strong storms eventually will reach likely the coast as we head into Sunday morning.
Back ass it if we could. Just sit there and I'm gonna just say it, Patty. Fuck you.
A high surf advisory today.
And I'm gonna pull up
not
some
only
information
is it
about a
some
paddock.
interesting
I'm just
information,
airing
the
it.
first tropical storm of the season now for the Eastern Pacific. It is named Amanda there. Again, we're expecting an above average season there in the Pacific because of El Nino. And we're also watching for some development along the coast of Mexico and Central America into next week, Diane. So the tropics heating up, at least in the Pacific.
Ken Dweck, thank you.
You got
And we're learning new details about the hostage standoff at a bank building in California. Authorities are identifying the suspect and say he claimed to have a bomb strapped to his chest and another one on one of the hostages. Now we're getting some details on how an elite FBI team
So, Miss
ended that standoff.
Bollywood.
ABC's Melissa
Fuck
has
you.
the latest from Bakersfield.
Diane, those 10 people who were held against their will inside this building are now recovering. We know of people who evacuated from the bomb threat,
a
who tell us
false
while those hostages did not suffer
paddock
physical injuries,
is
they will be
truly
dealing with
tricking
this
someone
emotionally.
that Marquita is
We're learning new
experiencing.
details about the man
Something
who
similar to
authorities
the
say
film
held 10 people
Most
hostage
Wanted
inside the
or
California office building,
Wanted
leading to an intense
with
15-hour
Angelina
standoff
Jolie
with police.
This has been
and
a horrific event.
the actor
An
that
elite
played
FBI team specializing in hostage situations
in
was
that
brought
Marvel
in.
film.
They breached
Fuck
the
you.
building, shooting and killing
That's
suspects identified
That's
as
it.
41-year-old
Tell our
Anthony
brother
Scott serial
before
terrorist. Early Wednesday
says
morning,
fuck
officials
you
say he
to
had
who
an
he knew
extensive criminal
was
history
gonna say,
and was
yes,
a
it is
registered
true.
sex offender.
He was no stranger to law enforcement and has a criminal history of using weapons
Look,
to
mess
commit
this
violent
up because
This as those
the yes, it
hostages
is true
are now
wasn't,
reuniting
wasn't supposed to
safely
come
with
from
their
my
loved
lips.
ones.
It was supposed to come from his.
Question.
So he's upset. Like I'm not reporting it to the police. Fuck you.
Police
I
responded
say,
to calls of a
I
bomb threat
reported.
at the Chase Bank
I
building
reported
in
then.
Bakersfield.
I reported. I reported then. I reported then. I reported then. So this is all the people like
Police say
LeBron
the
James.
suspect
Eh?
barricaded
Be
himself
crazy.
inside.
Do you
However,
dare
the
say
law
do this?
enforcement, he attached explosives.
Yes, it is true.
But it's really, really close to
I
home,
reported.
and
Yes, you do
I
not.
can't imagine what those people's families went
Your
through,
voice
what they're
recognition
going
was
through.
there. Ernest. so they
Coming
don't
up,
take
the alleged
my
kidnapping
reports.
thwarted.
Now fuck you.
A woman running from a man posing as a police officer. We'll hear from the
So
truck
fuck
driver
y'all.
who stepped
Fuck
in
you.
help.
Y'all.
Also had the new
Well,
start for
we
an American
playing
woman
crazy.
missing in the Bahamas
She
by the
reported
Coast
it to the
Guard,
police and said,
suspended her
"Get your ass off of my lips, Clarence Sanders." Thanks to Cash Patel. Only Marquita. We went crazy. Yes, it is. Do you think we dumb? To say embarrassing. We went crazy. I didn't already stated this. Beyonce and Jay-Z ain't responsible for them. Or for that. Yes, for them. Yes, she not. We went crazy. By handshake. All she wants to do is a role. That is Ketanji Brown Jackson. When we went crazy. She's just telling them the whole USA got a mental condition, but it's undiagnosed. When we went crazy. No, we ain't got people talking on their lips. We just talk on and via somebody else's. Whom the hell we are relying on when the shit gets sticky. Do you think we... Yes, it is you. Do you think we don't take this? Do you know what this is? To sit there, this. We went crazy. Sit there, this. The police saved the child. And the woman escapes an alleged attempted kidnapping. A black woman. I bet this really irks you. Yes, it does. Why the fuck they kidnapping blacks? Black ass. Maybe because what I'm not saying is where you should be saying it. Qatar. Well, we airing this. Black answer. They think they got special abilities. They like different. When we ran crazy. We gonna kill these motherfuckers. That's it there. Listen. He's driving a Cadillac car as well. Also. We ran crazy. Just sit there. Listen. Where is we are talking this? Sit there and listen. Back to we are just trying to figure out who is responsible for this. Woman escapes alleged attempt kidnapping. This is all in spiritual world. Fuck you. War. That's it. But we don't know Ketanji is the one who's making the target black African American women, but we hired her to tell Marquita Pate's true story. I bet Kavanaugh ain't got a story. Fuck you.